Hey, this is Eric from Chuckin' TV, and we're going to be launching this season off with some deer hunting footage we got. This deer season was my first year getting out with a bow, trying to get something with a bow. It didn't pan out that way, and Garrett and I have been out trying to do some video work and this and that, but there was no success there. But archery season kind of gave me an opportunity to explore some different parts of the farm that I hunt on that I usually don't go to. It gave me a rough idea of how the deer were moving, where they were, and that made me decide to back down the hill for rifle season because I knew I could get them longer distance shots. So I had to set up where I had a view of pretty much the whole farm. So opening morning I got in there and it was pretty much just straight fog. Couldn't see anything. So opening morning didn't pan out too well, and it was warm out. Well, then that afternoon, that's when things got sour. It was hard to believe that it was 60 degrees the day before, and it went from 60 to 30 within a matter of a few hours, and the wind started picking up. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. And I was ready to write off the weekend, right on opening weekend to rifle because of this. It was raining, everything else, and I figured there's no way I'm going to see deer running around in this stuff. Well, I went out that evening and I saw 8 deer come out of the top of the hill about 540 yards from where I was sitting. So at least I knew they were out, and got me back in there the next morning. Well, it's the same thing. They came out in the same spot and went out in the same spot. So that afternoon, I actually got a hold of Garrett, and at this point I was ready to shoot a doe. So I figured if we can go and get a doe on camera, that would be great. So we decided to actually set up on this hedgerow and make a makeshift spot early in the afternoon and sit that evening. Well, we got there about 1:30, and the wind was so bad that my blind was completely decimated. So I grabbed my chair out of there, I grabbed my Caldwell rest. I figured, we'll carry that stuff up there, and we sat no longer than 30 minutes. We already had a couple little bucks running around, so that kept our spirits high. But this weather was nasty. And so we sat a little longer, and it was starting to push a little past 4 o'clock, and I had to stand, the cold was so bad I had to stand up. So we got up, stood up, and Garrett got up, stretched his legs. The next thing I know, right there, boom, 3 deer right on the top of the hill looking straight at us. And I was thinking, oh man, they got us pinned. There's no way we're going to get a shot.
Now from right here, she'll turn, I think. She's gonna come right in.
Man.
There you go. Good. Yep. She's done. Where'd you hit her?
Oh, I got a good shot on her.
She's standing right there. She's running.
I got a good hit on her.
Watch him.
I thought for sure she made it into the woods, and it turns out later on when we went to go get her, she was right there in the field. She died probably about 20 yards from where I shot her. So it was a good hit. I'm glad it was. So, we're getting ready to wrap up and go retrieve my doe. Well, then this half-rack buck comes out. He's just a giant of a deer. It's unfortunate that he got busted up by something. I actually saw him opening morning of rifle through the fog, and I was disappointed to see that he only had one sight on him. It's now starting to push to be dark, and we're like, all right, well, we need to go get this deer. Well, for whatever reason, Garrett left the camera on, so you can hear us sitting there talking, and I'm like shuffling around trying to find my flashlight, and I was more or less saying, well, we need to follow edge of this field and pick up her blood. I figured she made it to the woods. Well, I know sooner said that, and I looked over right there. Was a nice 8-point looking right at me. I was like, oh man. And I knew right then that I was going to shoot this buck. There was no question about it.
Dude, that's a shooter. Big 8-point. Let me know. Stop him if you can. Right. He's going. Dude.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Dude, that's a nice buck.
Dude, are you serious? This is unreal.
Well, filled both my tags. I'm so happy right now.
Dude, give me some more.
Oh, that's a nice New York buck right there. I hadn't even seen that one. Maybe I did. I might have kicked him up during archery one time. He's got nice tines.
Dude,
he's not a monster, but he's fucking nice.
that's a nice buck though. I could tell with the naked eye he was good.
Oh, I could too. As soon as I seen him, I was like, holy shit. I could just see the tallness of his antlers.
Wow, dude, you freaking hammered him.
Wow. Are you kidding me? We're sitting here making all kinds of commotion. They must can't hear us with this wind. All right, where's that brass casing? I slung that right out.
There it is. It's right there.
Nice.
Man, this is crazy. Dude, how much crap did you have to shoot through?
None.
None?
I was perfectly clear on him.
Yeah, he didn't hear that first time, so I yelled at him when he... Dude, awesome.
Completely lucky, I would say. Because had he come out maybe 10 seconds later, we would have just been out in that field looking for the doe. So, I mean, just the way it all played out with the weather and all that stuff, and really a pretty harsh archery season. I mean, it all ended within 15 minutes. It was like, you know, it was done. All those hours I put in, and then right there, I was in the right spot for them 15 minutes. So all in all, it was a really successful deer season, and a lot of that was because of the amount of practice I got with my 7mm mag from the summer before. So I mean, I was dialed in, I was comfortable behind the trigger, and it was an honor just to shoot that buck, let alone a buck and a doe, and have my cousin video it all. It was really a rewarding experience, and prior to that, it's been 4 years since I even shot a buck. And the one I got, I mean, he's not huge, but for this area, for the amount of hunting pressure that's around here, it's really tough to get a deer bigger than that. I mean, he was a good solid 8, good mass, good tine length, and you know, I got a skull, and it's just something every time I see it, I get to play this video over in my mind. So, regardless of whether it was on camera or not, you know, it's always going to be a very vivid memory. And it was cool to share that experience with my cousin here. You know, we've been hunting together for a really long time. So, it was definitely pretty cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your subscriptions. Hopefully we'll get some more videos out for you guys.
Oh, here comes another baby, I think. What the world? Deer everywhere.